In this video, we're going to be playing single player, but this video is catered to non-Doom gods, like those of us playing on controllers. And we're going to be going over episode 2, and we're going to be doing this in a particular way. We are going to do pistol start, all levels, multiplayer items, and no monsters. And the reason behind this is that we're just going to walk through and talk about some of the secrets. We're going to focus on nightmare play, where you're not a Doom god and going for 100% of everything. You're just trying to get through it, and especially if you are playing cooperative nightmare. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this episode, generally speaking, is easier than the first episode. And again, we'll point out most of the secrets, and I'll kind of specify which ones are worth going for, like with respawning monsters on Nightmare or not. So here's one. You got to get the blue key, or at least somebody does. If you're playing multiplayer, one person grab the key, and everybody else can head out through the teleport. Now, if you're on single player, or like no respawning, I should say, I like to hang out here and get some infighting going and pick some folks off with the pistol before I head in here. But again, with respawning monsters, you wouldn't waste time doing that. So once you get in here, you're going to be, fighting a few folks with the pistol. If you get overwhelmed, what you can do is start leading them this way and just back up into the teleport. There we go, the teleporter. And they'll just be coming through like one at a time, so you can pick them off pretty easily, even with just the pistol. All right, so once you get through that, of course, you want to get the shotgun. I think this is the one where you like lose health if you lose health if you stand on it. It's really weird. So those platforms will drop, but it's not that serious. And of course, you want to get the armor and stuff. You'll hit this switch. You'll use this switch. Now, if you're playing Nightmare and just trying to get through it, you'll just want to grab that key and move on. But let me show the actual secret, which again is pretty irrelevant, especially if you're doing pistol start on all levels, because you get a plasma gun, but it's not much that you can really do with it, so it may not be worth it. But you go over here, and again, if you're fighting respawning monsters, you're kind of wasting time. You're going to have to go back and fight through a bunch of people again. So you pop in here, and then you fight off some Keika demons and stuff. The thing to do right here is just to get them going, and then same idea. Just let them come out one at a time, and you can, take them out over here. Pop back in here. You'll still have to deal with a couple of folks, but you do get the plasma gun. All right, so again, probably don't need to do that if you're just doing respawn and trying to get through things. All right, so back here, ready to go through the teleport. All right, so right here, there'll be some pinkies walking around up there. You'll probably want to pick them off from down here, at least get them weakened. If you're low on health, you want to check out this secret. It's a one-time secret. You got to go into it right away. It won't reopen. Grab all this stuff. If you're playing multiplayer co-op, sometimes you'll get a troll in your game and they'll just stand here and you can't do anything about it, and it kind of sucks. And you just have to stand here until somebody else exits. It's horrible why people would do that, but it's happened to me before on my games. But yeah, you can't kill them either on modern co-op. There's no friendly fire. Okay, so oops. Gotta go back through here again. So again, this is a one-time secret. Once you open it, it won't open from this side again. So you'll hit this, you'll have dropped some of the pinkies already, hopefully. Take the rest of them out. So again, it might be worth it, like on Nightmare Co-op, for at least one person to maybe go back and get the plasma gun. And then, at least you have one person shooting a plasma gun while everybody else is on like regular population control. Okay, so you'll head back here, grab the mega armor, you'll fight a couple of shotgunners in there. This is also a spot where there's the Pinky or the Spectre. I think it's the Spectre. And what happens is you clear out the shotguns and you come in here, and this guy is tucked away right back here. So as soon as you walk in, things is clear. It's a sabotage. So be aware of that before you go chasing that juicy armor. Okay, almost done here. So you come around here, you'll hit the switch right here. There'll be, you know, some usual suspects over there. Clean them out. There'll be a cake of demon up here. You'll hit this switch. And then there'll be another cake of demon right here. And then you will exit. There might be an imp or something in here, and you'll exit, and that's it. So that level is pretty straightforward as things go. It's definitely one of the levels that's doable, even single player playing on a regular controller on Nightmare. This next level, not so much. The degree of difficulty. Oh, I'm sorry. No, this level is actually still not too bad. Okay, so the thing about this level is that there are different spawn points, meaning that everybody's not going to show up here like if you're playing cooperatively. But at least one person should. So you'll grab the shotgun. Again, this is assuming you're going to do pistol start on everything, which is how we play in my group. So the thing here is you don't have a lot of shells, and you got these stupid imps that are going to be eating up your shells. You have a couple here. So if you're into the berserk pack, you could, maybe one person can run over here and grab a berserk pack. That is going to trigger all of the imps that are hanging around down there, though. So be aware of that. But maybe you just want the berserker pack, and one person goes around punching, and everybody else shoots. But with the cooperative player, you'll have enough shells. It's single player that's a problem. One of the other spawn points is right here. You get a box of bullets. You clean out a couple of imps back here. The thing is, you will have a pinky right over here. And especially just starting off with a pistol at this spawn point, you don't get a shotgun. And you'll have to deal with the pinky. And you don't have the access to the berserk pack either. So you can kind of coordinate that with your teammates. So again, you're running low on shells. You're going through, cleaning stuff out. There is a good amount of armor. There's some armor back over there. You can blow up the barrels to kill. Oh, no, I'm sorry, the shells. Shells are important too. There's some armor coming up also. So you have that. You get a few shells there. You get more shells in this. I guess it's a secret. Yeah, it's considered a secret. It's not very secret. And so you get 2 more boxes of shells. So you come back here, clean this out. And is this where some armor is? No, there's really nothing worthwhile here. This is another spot where we had a troll in my game, and he would just block me right here. Annoying. So actually, now that I'm besides those shells, there's really not a lot of reason to come back here necessarily at this point, but it doesn't matter because it all connects. I guess you come back, you grab some health. I thought there was some armor, some more green armor sitting around, but just the shells makes it worth it. You have the berserker. Okay, here we go. This is where you get some more armor. So there's armor right there. Come over here. You could clear out some. There's some armor back here. Some more ammo, but it's mostly the armor that helps. There's a couple of armor pickups. This is the part where you probably wouldn't come back here because it's not part of the direct path to exit. And I think you get like a rocket launcher, some stuff back there, but you don't really need it. So I wouldn't even recommend coming back here. Obviously, you need the yellow key, so you'd have to go get the yellow key and then come back later. So all that being said, besides picking up the armor behind those boxes back there, you don't need to do too much back there. So at this point, we come over here. Again, you'll be dealing with a whole bunch of imps all over the place here. There's really nothing to do back here. There's no like secrets or anything. There's nothing fancy back there as far as I know. So you can't. The only way to go is up here. Still, you have to hit the switch to open the door. Then you stand on this, but you're not gonna. You want to stay back here and pick the folks off right here, and then you'll come in here and kind of solve this. I mean, there'll be other people here. There's some interesting points right here. So, in terms of the order. Okay, well, only one person needs to go back here and get the key. So again, talking about cooperative Nightmare, only one person needs to get the key. Meanwhile, somebody else, there's a whole bunch of stuff back here, but we'll talk about that. But this is a good place. If you go back here, you are fighting some people here. You can, well, it's a couple things. Come over here, there's a mega armor. You get just through a bunch of imps here, but the mega armor pickup is good. And then you come over here right by the mega armor. You get energy cells and, of course, Nightmare's double ammo. and so you're loaded on fully loaded on plasma gun. So everyone should go down there and grab the plasma gun. With the plasma gun, it really makes the secrets back here less important. So again, I would recommend just somebody go over, grab the key. You just got to do this like silly. Well, I guess I'm gonna need the key anyway, so you just kind of slows you down. There you go. All right, so you got to follow the little path there. Another secret that's pretty quick and easy is right down here on these sliding platforms. I don't know what kind of a bug it is, but there's been a couple of times when the platforms just stop moving and then you're just stuck there. That's not on single player, that's on cooperative. So I'm not sure what the game mechanics are there, but it is possible to just get trapped on that platform. But eventually they start moving again. But between all of these pickups here, you got, I don't know, 10, 20 health, so that's not bad. So if you need that, you can run through there and you're right back here. So it's probably worth it because again, on Nightmare, you don't want to be going around backtracking too much when everybody's respawning. So to summarize, come in here, get the key, some health pickups, mega armor down there, and plasma gun. Now, this other part, this is kind of up to you. So you come back here, you pick up some more whatever, and then there's a nice backpack here, so you can get, double up stuff. So obviously that's a trap. You blow through all these folks here. Open this up, blow through these. More secret back here, same thing. Bunch of imps. You get a box of rockets. So now that I think about it, yeah, there aren't any actual weapons here. It's really just to get a backpack of ammo and restock some ammo. So yeah, it's actually not worth it to go back there. Okay, so now you have a yellow key. So at this point, you actually don't even need the yellow key, but if you really like the chain gun, you can come back here. For some reason, there's nothing in these hallways, just empty. No monsters, no nothing. You come back here, there's like 3 or 4 pinkies, so you can, hit that switch, blow them away, and get a chain gun. So that's probably worth it because you're not going too far off the path, and you can build up your chain gun along with your plasma. So that's probably worth it right there. Okay. So again, you go over here, yellow key, little health back there, plasma, ammo, or energy cell, a couple of armors, including mega armor, I guess backpack and stuff down there. So some good goodies, if I can say that. All right, so you go through here. There's more of these. There's no secrets or anything. Just silliness. A little health back there. So at this point, what you're doing, yeah. So this is just coming back the same way where we got the plasma gun down from this long hallway, and back here was the mega armor. All right, so you come in here. Next up, you got these things. You're gonna have some folks coming at you from down there. They'll usually just end up crushing themselves. I don't know if they respawn if they get crushed. I'm not sure. This is stupid. Unless you like the chainsaw, as soon as you grab it, there's going to be a bunch of lost souls right here and here. And I think you're just going to lose a bunch of health. So this is not worth it. But yeah, you get a chainsaw there. I don't know. Okay, so keep going. Keep going. I have enough health. I could probably just get crushed, but all right, so this is another one-off secret. If you're like the first person on your team to get back here, what you can do is step back in this corner, and that will only come down one time. So a lot of goodies here, right? So supercharged, mega armors. All right, so you come in here, you'll fight, I think, a Spectre right here. Open this door, and then open this door, and there is your red key. And then you can exit. Now, I'm not going to go over it, but you remember there was a yellow. If you go actually, it's right here, isn't it? You can come all the way back here. Oh, no, it's not back. It's way on the other side of the box. Remember, there was another yellow door. So you can go back there, and there's some goodies back there. But yeah, we'll just keep it going because realistically, not for Nightmare, cooperative Nightmare. If you're one of these Doom Gods types that is going to do Nightmare and get 100%, and you're playing with the mouse and keyboard, and go watch some Doom God video like Decino, Decino, one of the best. There's a bunch of good, much better people playing Doom than me, but you're stuck watching me. So, all right, so we go in here, take out these imps, hit the switch, and that is the exit. There's a pinky in here. And I think, for the fancy people, if you're doing like, keyboard and mouse and stuff, there's like this little strafe running technique where you don't even need the bridge and you can make that jump. But, all right. So again, we didn't get all the secrets on this one, and that is okay. I think that's with the the other yellow door I mentioned. This level is the one that really takes a step up in terms of degree of difficulty. Now, I will show this. You can go in here and you can grab, some armor there and a box of rockets, but you are going to get slammed over here. It is not worth it. You have a whole bunch of folks running around in here, just running amok, running wild. So then, you come in, but the reward here is the chain gun. And I usually don't go for it. If it's a nightmare, I'm not going to waste my time coming back here. Again, if you're a Doom God. Now, if you're single player and if you manage to get back there, you can actually pick off a bunch of pinkies that are guarding the exit right here. But be aware that there's Keikos in the cages here, and they are going to be blasting you. Like, that's from the get-go. As soon as you pop up, you've got to move. There's going to be imps and Keikos shooting at you right here. So you can't mess around. So all that being said, if you're doing the nightmare and trying to be expeditious, this is what you actually want to do. Run over here, dodge these guys, go to the right. If you want the partial invisibility, fine. What you want to do is, again, pistol start. You have nothing. You're going to grab that pistol. If you want, you can come in here and maybe shoot the barrels or get some infighting, because there's like a Baron and some other people in there. You maybe get some infighting going. If you want to rile them up, you can open this door. Just see if you can get them to fight each other. But really what you're doing, again, what we did was we came down this radiation hallway, head over here. You'll fight one little pinky. I don't think there's anything worthwhile here. There might be one or two pinkies. But where you're going is right here, up here, plasma gun. Now, once you get in here, you could find yourself blocked, because in Doom, if it's this weird thing where if somebody's down here, it's going to be blocking you. You can't traverse above another character or NPC. So you just got to do what you can over here. You can't go back this way. Yeah, you can't make that. That's way too high for Doom Guy. So you'll have to just kind of blast some people, and eventually you got to be down here anyway, because you got to grab this blue key. And with the plasma gun, and again, you'll be on a nightmare, so you'll have double ammo. So yeah, you can blast the Baron, just weave around here, you can blast the barrels, whatever. All right, so you grab the blue key. You can, there's really no reason to go in here. There's usually one or two stray imps, but there's no reward. So as soon as you do that, so to refresh, once you get past that initial part, right? So I'll just go, since I'm right here anyway. There's the beginning. Dodge the Keikos, go to the right, hover around here, grab the shotgun, go back there and get the plasma. You're going to come out this door right here where you drop down and get the blue key. As soon as you have that, so you have a plasma now. You go in here, and there is a mega armor you can grab right here. And there's some weird secrets in here, but again, I'm going to skip over those. You're going to need this one, which I think counts. Yeah, it counts as a secret. I'll show, basically you can go in here and you can open up this wall and you can play games on this little, whatever, flesh cube or something. And then there is a backpack here. So if there's not a lot of traffic on your way, because I can't open this again, but on your way back out here, you could run in here and pick up some more ammo. Use your discretion. Come over here, you'll fight some zombie men and stuff, and then you open this up and there's a whole bunch of folks in here, lost souls, everybody else. So we're going to blast through them. We have a plasma gun now, so we can blast through them. It's at this point, if you really want to go for the chain gun, you're in a better position with your plasma to go in here and get the chain gun. But then you're likely to use up all your plasma ammo, so you're kind of downgrading into a chain gun. So I would just keep going. Just blast through here, all this stuff, cool. So then you have this little hallway thing, just kind of make your way around the edges. There's lost souls and imps or whatever, not a big deal. So in here, you're pretty much at the exit. So you can use your discretion because again, your health and everything's going to reset if you're playing pistol start, right? So I'll show you the secret. You come over here, you grab this rad suit, you come back here, you fight, a specter or two, and then your reward is the soul spear. But again, by the time you do that, like there's not much left to do. You go in here, you fight a Keiko. You probably are out of plasma ammo. Maybe you still have some, and you got to fight a whole room of pinkies here. So you can use your discretion whether you want to go for that soul spear or supercharge or whatever. Otherwise, get the heck out of this level and call it good. All right, this one, I'm not a big fan of this level, but it's just kind of fun, a whole bunch of stuff. All right, so you grab the shotgun, so that's cool at least. Everybody gets a shotgun and some bullets. You come over here, blast some folks. There's a whole bunch of imps and stuff walking around. They start shooting at you. Again, Nightmare, you have fast fireballs, so keep an eye on it. But really what you want to do is head up here. In the meanwhile, like I said, it'll take the imps some time. Though the imps will probably be in the room by the time you get back. But you go over here and you want to try to get that armor. So you step. I don't even know what you really do. You just kind of step back here or something, and all these columns come down. So you can grab that armor, and then you're going to have lost souls and a Keiko. But when I don't bother to fight them. As soon as this comes down, I grab the armor and I run. That usually triggers some infighting. You can kind of blast some people from here pretty strategically. Or you can just say, forget it, I don't care. But they do have some bullets and shells back here. So, again, I don't fight them right then. I grab the armor and run, get them to fight each other. And then you'll be fighting some imps and some pinkies and people down here. So that's up to you. You can then go back up there and finish them off and grab that extra ammo. After that, you're going to keep moving. And this secret here is worth it. So it's kind of weird. Like that thing comes down and you can't really open. This is one of the ones where you got to shoot it. And what's interesting is a plasma, not that you have a plasma, but it has to be like a bullet type of weapon. Or you can punch it. I think even the chainsaw might work. But yeah, the chain gun is worth it. So you're going to grab that. You're going to fight some people back here. This area down here, I mean, you have an armor. So that's it. Now, once you get in here, it seems like you're trapped. So if you're coming in here, you're going to have to come all the way back here to this wall and pick this up. I think once you go down here, yeah, it triggers this crusher. So that's kind of fun. You can crush enemies, but you don't have time to mess around on respawning Nightmare. So it's your discretion. There are some solid shells and armor and stuff back here, whether or not you want to get that. You do want to get the chain gun. That's easy. Come back here, and then you fight some imps and stuff. The next objective, fight the Baron right here, and you want to get the key. Now, I don't really like this level, so I mean, you can hit this switch and you can do all this stuff with the single player, but it's really of no benefit to Nightmare and all that stuff. So, so just grab the key and go, fight some more imps, fight some more imps. Back here is a Keiko. You have a chain gun now, so blast the Keiko, grab your backpack of ammo, head in here. There'll be a Baron right here. You don't need to fight him. You just need to come in here and grab this yellow key. That's a crusher. There'll be a couple of shotgunners. So you may find yourself, you have to take out the shotgunners. The Baron might be coming towards you. Usually you can get the Baron just to walk onto this platform and he'll get caught up in the crusher and you can just go on along on your way. All right, then, I mean, there's like really nothing here. Actually, there's literally nothing there. If you go all the way around, so you don't necessarily need to go down here. I'm going to show you something else. If you come around here, you can grab the pack of bullets. This is another area where you can get some stuff, but it's not worth it if you're just trying to get through stuff on respawning. So I'm not going to go over that. But this, definitely a no-brainer. Drop down here. Speaking of plasma guns, it's free. There's nobody in here. You just pick up your plasma gun and go. Now, when you pop back up in this teleporter, again, if you're on co-op, you want to make sure you jump off of there so you don't get telefragged. I suppose if you need a camp-out spot, that's a great camp-out spot for respawning, but I don't think you'll need it. What'll happen is you'll come over here. There'll be some stuff here, but they're just kind of dozing off and they're facing the wall. So they will not even pay attention to you, so you get the jump on them. So you blast them with your newly acquired plasma gun, and then you head down here, and like you can hit these. I mean, you're not going to go back up there. So there's going to be a whole lot of mess down here. Again, you could try to go through and fight all this and do some other stuff. We're not going to go over that. So you just do whatever you need to do to get to this teleporter, and then you blast the pinky right here. So how do we get to the exit? There's a little skull switch right there. So you jump down, hit that. How do you get that soul sphere supercharged? Now here's the thing: you teleport these. They're going to be mad, and they're going to be waiting for you right here. You just want to step off and step back onto the teleport. And again, you have to coordinate that on co-op, so you don't telefrag each other. So maybe just one person does that; the other people can hang out. So you come in here and you blast the imps. And what happens is, as soon as you step over here, you get the soul sphere. But what's the point? Because you're going to lose it at the next level, assuming pistol start. All right, so yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of other secrets we didn't bother with there. All right, this level is pretty tough, especially with pistol start. Now, I actually like this level. There's a lot of cool stuff in here, but we're just going to focus on how to exit it as quickly as possible, and we're going to do that to go to the secret exit. So we're not going to do much of the level. You open this up, there's shotgunners, imps, there's pinkies up in the window. So if you're doing co-op, somebody can focus on picking off those pinkies before they start coming downstairs. You got to just blast away with your little pistol. There'll be a shotgunner, so you'll end up with a shotgun, sooner or later. Then there's two secrets right back here, full of imps. You'll have to blast them, but you do get the shells. Over here, you will get a medipack, and same thing, imps and more shells. So that is pretty helpful. By that time, if you haven't taken out the pinkies up there, they're probably down here. And even if you have, they probably respawn. But eventually, they will come down these stairs. There's stairs on this side and stairs on the other side. So again, we're going to focus on just how to get out of this level. But again, this is one of my favorite levels. I like it. But all right, so you want to come over here. You want to head up to... So again, here's the starting point. And you'll want to focus on, it doesn't matter too much, but I usually go up here. There'll be a shotgun, a shotgunner. You can pick them off right here. Shouldn't be anybody else. Assuming the pinkies aren't in here, you can, restock some health. There's really nothing to speak of back here. If you really like the Berserk pack, you can get that, but you're dealing with a pinky and a Keiko. And while you're blasting them, people are spawning here. So I wouldn't recommend that. You come around here, be careful. There's going to be shotgunners that are going to see you, so you're going to have to fight them right here. You can go in here because this has the armor. Interesting is that this wall actually opens up, but you can't open it. Only the monsters can open it, and they can open it from the other side. So you'll fight a few imps in here, grab your armor. By that time, there's going to be lost souls and people just packed here, so you just have to go back and forth, keeping an eye on the respawning imps. And just, use your shotgun. That's why you need all those shells. So you fight your way through here. Now, you can come in here and keep fighting. There's a Keiko back here that'll come up. You can pick them off. Again, without respawn, it's not a big deal. You just sit back here and you can pick them off and pretty much not get touched. There is some health out here. There's another Keiko back here. So you can come back here if you want. But what's going to happen is once you hit past this area here, there's a Baron on each one of these. So in single player, here's what I do, because you don't have enough usually. You don't have enough shells or anything to take both Barons out. So again, this is not practical on respawn to stand around here and do this. But on non-respawn, I'll let the Barons come down, and then I'll just kind of pick at them and I'll lead them up here. Eventually, both of the Barons will come down this hallway. And while they're stumbling around here, I circle back, grab the chain gun, and kind of go from there. So there's that. That's what I would do if you weren't on respawn. All right, so all that being said, where are we headed here? So this is the where we started, if you came up that side, or you might have come back from that side. All right, but you head in here. This is pretty safe. Clean out an imp or two, pick this up. Open this up. fight a few imps just back and forth playing the door games. Okay, so you come back here, you fight some more imps. This is the secret exit. So we're actually already almost done with this level. So there's a whole, you don't even need a key or anything. It's pretty crazy. So, but what happens is you go in here, you fight a whole bunch of pinkies. So the chain gun might be worth it. But yeah, if you're on cooperative, you might have enough ammo to blast them all. So, but eventually you'll want to hit that skull switch. What that's going to do is open up these stairs. However, you are going to get massacred. As soon as you come in here, you're going to be surrounded by lost souls. So on single player, or I keep saying single player, when you're not dealing with respawn, you come in here and you get the heck out and you stand here and let them come to you. So, but again, other people are going to be respawning also. So it's not super easy, but lost souls do not respawn. So if you keep, even if you die and you keep coming back here and fighting your way back here, eventually you will kill off the lost souls and they will not respawn. So at that point, the coast is clear. You hit this switch and you're done. Well, I think there's another Keiko right here or something. So there you go. That one, you know, really don't hit any of the items or secrets or anything. Just kind of get the heck out of there. Well, I guess we got, you know, the secret exit, so that counts. This is actually, this is probably my favorite of the secret levels. But you open this up, you grab the mega armor. There's barons all over the place here in each one of those. So this is, you're not fighting them, obviously, especially with pistol start. You're doing a mad dash to like run and grab, like, for instance, the plasma. I forget which way you're facing, but all I know is that, I mean, I don't really care about, like, a chain gun is fine. I guess the backpack is good. But note that the barons are walking around, and eventually, if you hang around, they're going to pin you in one of these rooms, and you're going to die. So you got to be judicious. So I would go for, like, the plasma. I know that where this door is, that's the rocket launcher. You definitely want the rocket launcher. But do you want to go back here and grab a shotgun? No. You want a chainsaw? No. Math? No. So I would just focus on those couple of chambers. Anyway, once you do that, there's going to be a whole bunch of barons. Open this up. As soon as you open this up, you'll want to step to the side. The barons will have shot this way, and there's a whole bunch of Keikos in here. And then the baron, whatever stuff they shoot, is going to hit the Keikos, and that's going to wake them up. And so they're going to start fighting each other, and that's what you want. So you're going to come in here. You're still going to be dealing with a lot of Keikos surrounding this supercharge. So you just got to take your chances and kind of run around here and grab that. You have a mega armor, so that helps. If you can grab that, there you go. Once you have that, you're going to have to let the ranks thin a little bit. So you can go around and pick up all this stuff and, you know, try to fight your way back through this door. If you can get back to one of these chambers, you can pull out your rocket launcher and just blast them from back here, and they should be busy with each other in fighting. So at that point, sort of the home stretch. So there you go. All that said, really the only thing you have to do is just head over here, open this up. So, I mean, you can really have one person on the team with co-op, just focus on exiting while the other people take the cover or cover them. So you come in here, and what do? I guess you hit, oh yeah, you hit the skull switch. So that's the trick. You open this wall back here, and you're going to have all these folks blasting you. And technically, I don't know, if you have the soul sphere and the mega armor, you might be able to sustain the damage. Difficult to say, but you're probably going to have to run around and pin the ranks. But all that he said, you can exit now. This next level, absolutely the hardest level of this entire episode, and I generally hate it. Okay, so you go in here, you fight, there's a Keiko and a Pinky, you get the rocket launcher, you start off with the pistol, you shoot a shotgun person and some imps. So you have a shotgun, you have a rocket launcher, you shoot a couple of rockets, you get rid of the Keiko and Pinky. Okay, so now this is, I don't know, this is just silliness. Anytime there's compulsory, like, nukage or radiation damage, it sucks. So only one person needs to go over here. So one person goes over here, you know, grab the berserk if you want. The way that this works is as soon as you step on this platform, so you're gonna have to take damage. That's why I said only one person needs to do this. And then you hit, oops, I didn't even hit the thing, I guess. I need to step up further. So yeah, you pretty much have to grab the, there you go. And then it opens up this wall. You could just bypass the health. There's plenty of health pickups. So hit this switch and then just recharge your health here. And if you want, you can grab a health here. I like to try to save a couple of these healths in the event that maybe I can come back here and lose some health, but grab this, you know, end up with a net gain. All right. So then you have the berserk. So you can run. Oh, I should also point out that in case you don't know, the berserk, it doesn't matter that your screen turns red. The berserk lasts for the entire level or until you die, of course. So the berserk is still active, which means you can run up here and punch the zombie and shotgunners if you want and maybe save some ammo. Okay, so once you do that, you probably, if you're, again, cooperatively, you want to have somebody ready here, ready for this wall to open. One person goes back here, and you can fire through the little nook there, and then the other person can shoot here. You want to do this, fight all these pinkies. I mean, you can, you know what? The chainsaw, surprisingly, actually can be somewhat helpful on this level. So grab the chainsaw, because you're most likely going to run out of ammo, and you're going to end up having to die a lot. So this is one of the levels where, one of the first levels where respawn points matter. So how do you want to manage that? You can open this blue door, and you can somebody can wait right here. They can't be seen. They can't go over here, otherwise it blows your cover. If you wait right here, you should be safe, and then people can die and respawn right here. And what's going to end up happening is a bunch of barons and pinkies, and everybody's going to be right here. It is literally a nightmare. And you don't have, again, when you don't have that much ammo, right? Because it's not like you're burning through it trying to shoot the pinkies and barons. You don't get shotgun shells, and you start with 50 bullets, and you don't have a chain gun either. So that's why the chainsaw, you just have to go on like a suicide run. You just got to grab your chainsaw and try to hack through until you die, respawn right here, hack through, and eventually you'll break through. This level sucks. Okay, so you come over here, and the next thing you want to do is, there's a bunch of pinkies in here, but they're just they're kind of like jump scares, so they don't all come out at once. There's going to be one that comes right there, and then there's going to be one right here, but the mega armor is worth getting, so you want to grab that mega armor. Now there's a couple of strategies here. You could keep going back here. You can take out this pinky. You can grab this backpack here. You can go back here and get some stuff. I mean, I can show, but there's pinkies around all this stuff, so you have to like be ready to. I mean, the chainsaw actually works pretty well, or if you still have the berserk, it actually works pretty well in these tight corners to punch out or saw through the pinkies. So it's actually valuable here because of this particular terrain. So you come over here, grab some rockets, you know, and some shells, and what happens is this opens up, and there's a Keiko, so you deal with the Keiko. You can shoot some rockets, but you might, you know, damage yourself, so be careful with that. And again, that's what I'm saying. I don't even know if it's worth it to go back there. Maybe just grab the backpack and move on, okay? So and then what happens, you're going to have to go back here eventually to get to the door, but after a lot of trial and error, this is the strategy I'm going to recommend. So you get your mega armor, maybe you get the backpack, and just get the heck out of there. Skip this door, we're going to do that later, and head right here. It's going to be a whole line of just, you know, shotgunners and things like that. You don't really need to open this door either. So just go in here, blast through them. Shotgun is fine. When you go in here, you'll hit this switch. As soon as you open the switch, there's an imp right here. So you can, as long as you clear out this hallway, you can hit this and back up and then come around and get them, whatever you want to do there. Don't bother opening this. If you don't open them, then I don't think they'll bother you. So just leave it alone. Don't go back there. Now you have this weird hallway. So you come down here. There's a metapack. There's a Keiko demon right here. So, you know, you deal with them. Maybe you still have some rockets. Now, there's a chain gun there, but this room is pretty tricky. See that blood spot on the wall? That's a clue that the ceiling is going to collapse. So there's a few ways to do this. For one, there's a whole bunch of enemies behind those corners. So you don't really have anything else going on. You got rid of the Keiko, so you have, a certain amount of time before the Keiko comes back, if it comes back. So this is what you do. You open this door, you fire your stuff, and then what happens is the folks start coming out. And then it's easier to just kind of do like this and play that game. Also, I don't remember exactly. Another way that I do it on single player, this is risky. This is risky. And see, I'll probably die right here. You open, oh, I gotta wait. I gotta do it right when the door opens. Okay, another thing you can do is as soon as it opens, grab it. And see, I didn't make it. But if you do it correctly, you could technically, I think you can technically make it back there. And if you activate the crusher and make it through the door, then really they just end up walking over here and crushing themselves. So, so there's the multiple strategies. You do want to get this chain gun one way or the other. So there you go. So you got to deal with all that. So again, I would recommend, realistically, I would recommend just his crusher still makes me nervous. Just open the door and fire your gun so you can at least take out the people and then go back there. You still have to deal with a few, but you get swarmed right back there. Or if you're really feeling frisky, again, you can go back there and grab the chain gun and run. You don't even have time to turn around. You gotta like run straight back. It's crazy. Okay, so you do all that. This room is probably worth it because there's armor. It opens up. You can just back out. You have, especially if you have a chain gun, you can fire at the lost souls and the Keikos and deal with them. And you do get a box of rockets and stuff. So this is worth it. Now, camp out area. So somebody should come back here. This is very safe. You can just hang out back here all day long, and then people will respawn right there. So there's that. So like even if you go back there and die, but you get the chain gun, well then you'll respawn back here and you'll have the chain gun. So not bad at all. You have the armor. You go in here, there's a lot of stuff here. You can back up, switch to have the rocket launcher on, back up and just fire a couple of rockets. Chain gun your way through this. You get a box of bullets anyway. Keiko, grab this. I mean, you can grab the light visor, I guess. So yeah, do that. All right, so now this area is done. There's a fun little tricky room back here, but I'm not gonna. I mean, look, it's a fake exit, and what happens is you step forward and the floor drops and a bunch of shotgunners and Keikos. Same idea if you're just messing around by yourself without respawning. You can run here, hit that switch, and run straight back, and then the floor will drop, but you'll be back here and you'll be able to take the people out, so you can avoid that trap. Otherwise, yeah, just be back here for a respawn point. But once you have the yellow key, everybody just fight your way back out through here. There's no reason to go back there. Well, I take that back. You probably want to stay back here for the respawn because you're likely to die anyway. So yeah, you're probably going to need to leave somebody there. So you have the yellow key, so have somebody back there for the respawn point. Again, this is all building up. Now you got to try to fight your way through all this and all this. And what happens while you were in there, this opened up and now there's like Baron and a bunch of pinkies over there. Now, you have the amplification visor, so that helps a lot. But if you didn't get that one, you can come back here, get the Lost Soul, get rid of the Lost Soul and Keiko, grab this light amplification visor. And then, that helps a lot in here. And you just want to go over here and just come straight back here, open this up, and now it's going to really suck again. So you still got the one person at point way back there, so that's good for the respawn. You come in here again, light visor helps a lot. You fight through all this, but what you really want to do is try to just make your way back here, and you want to come back here, grab the plasma, and guess what, this is also an awesome respawn point. So once a couple people get back here, this is the new respawn point, and whoever was guarding the other respawn point can get out of there and make their way back here to join the fight. So one person will want to stay here and be the respawn point. Over here, get this stuff, This opens up, or does that not open up? Oh, you know what? Don't get that stuff then, because this opens up and is a room full of lost souls, and you waste a lot of ammo. So I would actually just avoid going to this side and forget about that, because it's a net loss but when you fight all those lost souls. So just leave that alone so it doesn't open up. You fight your way back here. Again, you've got that respawn point around the corner. If you want, you come back here. I think there's some more goggles back here. Yeah, so that helps. Otherwise, this place is dark. And ultimately, you need to get this red key. There's some health back here and stuff. But yeah, this is just a hell of a fight back here. And it's still not over. So you've got your person at the respawn point, and now this is just like trial and error. You're constantly having to die and respawn, back there. And then you come back here, and there's barons and pinkies and all day long. It's really almost just a matter of luck now. You've got to manage to fight your way, run around here. Hopefully that this is all clear. And guess what? While you're doing all that, this opened up also. So now you're dealing with more stuff. So you just got to run all the way back here. Just go, go, go. And finally, very satisfying to hit that dumb, stupid exit. I don't even care about things. I don't remember what other secret. Oh yeah, the secrets probably were that trick exit. This level is fun. This is almost a cakewalk compared with the last one. There's some health back here because you're going to be right in here with some pinkies, so you probably get bitten. So you want to move back and get that health if you can. Yeah, it might be worth it just to, rather than being in the open room with the pinkies, just be back here and then just try to pick them off with the pistol. But it's a tough start. The start is not easy. After that, it's okay. Come back here, shotgunner, shotgun shells. Okay, here, so you clean out the pinkies, everybody else. Come back here, get rid of the Keiko, walk around this corner. There's a Baron, and there's some imps. They'll start fighting each other and stuff and do whatever you want to do. Now, one person gets that invincibility, right? So this is like a one person goes forward. Don't worry about the Baron or anything. Take this and book it. Now everybody runs back here with the invincible person obviously leading the charge. Fight, not much of a fight actually. Some imps right here. Just go, go, go while this thing is still on. Okay, now this closes. So I don't know, you might trap yourself back here. And at this point, the invincibility should carry you all the way up here. Now, see, on a nightmare, the invincibility is double time, so it would last a lot longer. So you probably can just go right here and do what you need to do. We'll come back there, but let's say, you get hung up or something happens. What's going to happen is this room has got, I don't know, a good 20 pinkies in it. So you're not going to survive. See, I don't even know how that opens. Maybe it's on a timer or something. But anyway, if somebody else needs an invincibility, you got to just take a chance and try to navigate around the pinkies, and then even then carefully climb up here. You get a plasma, so that's worth it right there. There's a berserk if you got chewed up, and obviously the invincibility. Switch to your rockets with invincibility. Oh, actually I don't have rockets, so you go through here. There's nothing up here worthwhile. Blast through the stuff. I think yeah, there's really nothing. It might just be some basic pickups and stuff. If you hit this switch, it opens this up, and nobody cares, the map and all that, so it's not worth it. So you ignore all that, right? So there's two invincibilities, the one that I showed you and the one in the back of this pinky horde room. So what you want to do is just make your way over here. You should still be invincible, actually, if you don't dilly-dally around. Hit this switch, grab the key, and grab all this goodies here. There's your rocket launcher, and you should still be invincible. And if you are, you're just blasting your way through here. You can pick off the enemies through that window, but there's no point because they'll respawn. So you're blasting your way through here, and you're gonna head all the way. Now your invincibility is probably running out, so get in here. But now you can take a sigh of relief, I think. You go in here, you're going to fight some pinkies, but it's worth it for the mega armor and just the health patches and ammo. So do all that. Okay, so you come back here, and of course your friends here, or not your friend, the monsters rather, the ones with different objectives from you, will have respawned. So you open this up, Oh, shoot. I said to grab the key and I never even grabbed the key. Silliness. All right. So, yeah, definitely make sure you grab the key because you will not be able to go back here without an invincibility and survive, even with plasma and rockets. So, yeah, grab the dumb, stupid key. Okay. So, again, going back here gives you a little retrace or review of the route. So you go back here, fight, fight, fight. Open this up, fight some pinkies, grab the chain gun, very worth it. Once you have the okay, so this is another, we're not going to go back here. That's some other secrets, but not worth it for the nightmare path. Take out the pinky there, run up here, yellow key card, blast everybody around here, grab them. I mean, there's a lot of stuff back here. You guys got to fight. I think these will hurt you. No, they don't hurt. Okay. So you do all this. You can go back here, but there's really nothing. I mean, some hell, it's not worth it to fight the Keiko. So what you're doing with your yellow key is you're heading right in here. You can probably switch to rockets and or plasma and blast through all that. Oh, that one will hurt you. You can ignore these stupid empty rooms. What you're doing is you're heading right back here. You may have to clean out the imps. Run all the way back here, fight the imp, hit the switch, grab the red key, and that's done. Okay? So you got to fight a whole bunch of imps, but now you just go back here and open up the red door, and there's your exit. But wait, there's more. Okay, so I'm going to show you this other secret, but it doesn't matter for pistol start stuff. Open this up. You're going to fight a Keiko right here, and you can exit. Now, if you want that extra secret, like you're not doing respawn, but even if you're pistol start, you're not going to get to take the supercharge with you. But you could come back here and do all this stuff. There's a secret back here where you go here and you grab a rocket launcher if you want, fight some pinkies. And then since you have the red key, you can open that, hit the switch. And what does that do? Well, you go all the way to the beginning. Go all the way to the beginning and all the way to the beginning. And you get this soul sphere right here. Wait, what? I must have done something wrong. I don't know. Something happens when you open this up and there's a supercharge back there. There must be some other switch somewhere that I missed or something like that. So that's the gist of it. Again, you're not going to do that if you're on Nightmare. I guess while we're talking about stuff, you can go back here and you can fight in the dark against some creatures, but you get some armor, get the stupid chainsaw. It's not too bad back here. So, yeah, you go back here and this will allow you to get that plasma. But you can already get the plasma in the other spot, so it's probably not worth it. So as a recap, though, did this open up? Maybe I didn't hit the other switch or something, but I don't remember. Something with the red key switch. All right, but there is a soul. But again, it doesn't make any difference in what we're doing. So as a reminder, when you started this level, you came here, you grabbed this invincibility, and you ran all the way back, all the way around this stuff, and you went all the way back to the pinky room and did all the each and everything back there. There was another there's a plasma gun back there. Alternatively, if you wanted to, you would not want to waste the invincibility. But if you wanted to, while one person was running to get that invincibility, you could go back here and fight, and then you could grab the plasma gun that way and meet up with them later, I suppose. All right, so all that said, we're going to get up out of here. With the exit. Hey, you know what? Maybe this is it. Maybe you step in the exit room and then go back. That might be. I'm just curious now. Again, it doesn't matter, but. No, it's still not it. Huh. I don't remember what it was. Okay. So you exit, and that's actually all I have for you because the last level you just fight the cyber demon, and since we're on no monsters, I cannot pass that level. So that is all that we have. Yeah, see, I missed some switch or secret somewhere. So yeah, this level's pretty easy, especially on co-op. You fight all the lost souls, but they don't respawn, so yeah. But you can't really do anything. I mean, the only thing I'll show is, you hit all these switches, and you start off with the pistol again, right? So you can open this up and quickly grab the soul sphere and come back in here. and I think it will close up then. And then you can go over here, or no, actually you want the rocket launcher. Yeah, Soul Sphere and rocket launcher, and then you want to go out and then do battle with all the stuff, Lost Souls and the Cyber Demon. So nothing really. I mean, this fight is like the Cyber Demon sometimes ends up in this smaller room and stuff. It's weird. Uh, yeah, there's not really much else to say. It's just fighting the Cyber Demon. All right, that's it. Rip and tear.